Hi everyone, this is a collective tarot reading for the full moon in Taurus, which will be exact on November 15th, and it is aimed at light workers. So if you want more peace, love, health, and wealth in the world, you are who I am reading for. I'm going to do a 7-card horseshoe spread as I usually do, and as usual, we have 3 oracle cards to the side here. You can choose which 1, 2, or 3 resonate with you the most. So let's see what we got. So in the past, we have the Chariot. Okay. Present, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Known factors, Page of Swords reversed. We collectively are Strength. Awesome. Unknown factors is the Two of Cups. Okay. Advice is the Devil reversed, and Future is Judgment. Okay. And the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stare at these cards a bunch. I'm going to make the spread look pretty in the shot, and I'll see you right now. All right, here's the deal. The vibe of making amends in a relationship that has already been strained was so strong, or is so strong, in this reading that I had been staring at these cards for a while before I even thought of the possibility that might not be the case for everyone watching, and began to look for other ways to interpret this. And it's all going to boil down to who the other party is in this Lovers / Two of Cups duo here. I'm definitely reading this as whatever this is about a one-on-one relationship with a specific person. If that person's face came to mind, I would say it's probably not that person, because this Two of Cups is in the unknown factors. However, there might be something unknown about them, which might be them anyway. But yeah, and I really like Strength here in the, representing us collectively, because I think that whatever difficulty that we're having in the crossing over of this difficult moment, what I say difficult only because the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. However, and speaking of the Wheel of Fortune, it can be interpreted in so many different ways, especially considering that this is a collective reading, that I'm basically going to ignore it for most of this, because I don't think what the Wheel of Fortune reversed is adding to this reading really matters in the context of everything else. This is, reaching a point in our journey where there's a difficult threshold to cross, and the difficulty relies in some kind of conversation or partnership or relationship or something, not necessarily romantic, actually probably not romantic, because that's not what this reading is about, but it could be romantic for some of you. I mean, who knows how life is, but it would involve facing some demons and releasing them. And before I forget to mention this for the millionth time, it is outstanding how many major arcana cards there are in this spread. The only minor arcana cards are these two here, and yeah, that's really fascinating. So this is pointing to something being out of your hands, with this strong leaning on the majors here. This has something to do with navigating what is being offered to you. And again, it does look like the key to crossing this cliff on your, I don't know if I could get this into focus here. What I like, oh, nice. This page in this particular deck is crossing a cliff by walking on a sword with her bare feet, which is a nice allusion to how difficult crossing thresholds like this is. I say all the time that pages are graduated aces, but the graduating is, it's not always easy, facing what the real world is like, now that you're not at this school anymore, even if you're graduating to another school, yeah, what was I saying? I think that a situation is falling into your lap, and I think that the key to navigating that might also involve processing something. This couldn't be something. Let's just put a romantic filter on this, just for the sake of making this part easier. A type of reading that I explicitly refuse to do is will my ex come back to me? Frankly, I think tarot readers who read for that are akin to crack dealers, but whatever. The and I'm not close to dealing crack, but coming back to what I was saying, although I refuse to, what made me think of the X back is the whole making amends thing, and it might be something about processing what happened with your proverbial ex without them necessarily coming back into your life. So yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that, because again, and now, romance filter off. Now we're back to general lightworker reading stuff. Whatever this making amends is, it could also have to do with getting internal closure, which also, some of the harshest demons that we face are the things that we say to ourselves about ourselves. That can be particularly nasty. Or so I've heard. I would never do that. I'm super kind to myself. But yeah, it can be tough. And in a sense, it might even be more difficult for people like that to cross whatever this cliff is, than it would be for people to, who just have to, phone up that friend and apologize for crossing the line that one time when you were mad at that party or whatever, or for being wrong. I was wrong. Some of the hardest words, to say. Making amends in your own mind with someone that you'll never see again can in many ways be even harder, So if that's your situation, I am pointing to the Strength card again, because the only, yes, the balance of upright and reverse cards is close. It's like 3 to 4, plus 1 with the bottom of the deck here, but it is majority upright, So whatever the glitch is, or whatever difficulties or potential for corruption, and I'm saying corruption in the most abstract sense conceivable, any form of rot or decay. Crossing that threshold, the release that comes after it, is so sweet when you pull it off. And again, the relationships that we have in times like these are so much more important, And sometimes you need a reminder from someone with whom you've talked about whatever demons that you might have to face and confront, and move on from. But again, as long as you remember to, and this is a great segue on how the Strength card is a card about gentle strength, not like brutal, aggressive strength, domineering strength, she's taking care of this tender little lamb here. Another allusion to that concept. So yeah, what have I left on the table? Actually, I'm gonna pause just to make sure. I haven't left anything on the table, but to wrap everything up, I would say focus on your core. I really like these 3 cards where they are for a reading like this. And something to remember is to give yourself some credit for the work that you've done, because sometimes the things that we say to ourselves about ourselves have a lot to do with the things that we've done in the past that we're focusing on. You haven't just done shitty things in the past. You've probably accomplished some things that you're proud of. For my target demographic, that's almost certain. If there's nothing that you've accomplished that you feel proud of, that probably means that you're young, which means you're full of potential. So don't cut yourself some slack. There are people in their 30s who haven't figured it out, okay? Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I'm gonna remember why I was pointing at the chariot before I move on, which is to be mindful which memories from the past that you take with you and which ones that you leave behind where they belong, you know? Maybe that is the black and white horse and what that has to bring in the into this mix. But yeah, I think that I've left everything on the table, so I'm just gonna move on to the Oracle cards. If you liked this reading, please give this video a like, and if you chose the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, your card is Intuition. This is, Mercury. Mercury in Cancer. Very interesting. I'm in symbolism overload. Let me stare at this for a bit. That was a really interesting experience. First of all, I gotta use symbolism overload or symbol overload more. But the thing that I drew that drew my eye ultimately is how amid all this stimulus, this guy here is smooth and chill in the middle of this. So yes, there is the surface level meaning of trust your intuition, definitely, but also to be chill about it and to not put so much pressure on yourself to figure it out. Yeah, if you chose the star codes Astro, it's Venus, beloved. Look at that. Let me reflect on that for a second. I think for the people who chose this card, whatever relationship that this whole reading has been about, no matter what type of relationship it is, I think it is important to focus on coming from a place of love and coming, maybe even focusing on the love that you have for each other, the love that you have for the thing, or the love that you have for yourself, or that kind of thing. I think that is the aspect of Venus that's coming forward to me for this. If you chose the Moon Oracle, your card is Opposition. This is a last quarter waning fire moon. Speaking of symbolism overload, oh yeah, most people skip to their card. Anyway, let me stare at this. All right, so for starters, sky math / timing wise, if the last quarter moon is in a fire sign, that means the sun is in a water sign. So this is either a callback to the last quarter moon in Scorpio season or a flash forward to the last quarter moon in Pisces season. But as far as the meaning goes, I'm going to start by slashing right at your throat. I think that a higher than random amount of people who chose this card need to admit that they were wrong. I'm sorry to call you out like this, but where the last quarter moon is in the lunation cycle, that final little stinging before returning to the void, it's really hard to read it any other way. So whether or not there's an actual situation that you were on the wrong side of, or whether it is something that you need to confront that is difficult, I think that is the warning that is in this card. And I wish you the best with it. So for those of you who are still watching, if you hated this video, please give this video a thumbs down. I hope you have a great full moon. Take care. I'll see you soon.